Hey, this is JC here at JC's Comics and More, your pop culture superstore at 6725 West Central Avenue, Toledo, Ohio, 43617-419-531-6097. JC's Comics and More at hotmail.com, and find the Facebook page in the link in the description below. This is Monday, March 7th. Beware the Ides of March. And it's past 7 o'clock. It's past closing time. It's been a busy day, busy doing lots of stuff. I got my Marvels and DCs here. Went ahead and busted these things out just to go through a little bit faster. So let's get to it. I did have a chance to read some of the Marvels. I did not have any chance to read any of the DCs yet. But we've got Batgirls, number 4. There's a cover A. There's a cover B. There's the International Women's Day cover. I bought very little of these, i.e. 0 to 2 copies. Some I bought none of. So keep that in mind. This is for the Batman film. I guess a lot of customers have had people come in. People tell me they enjoyed it. So you let me know. How did you like it? Did you guys enjoy this film? Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries, issue 12. The final issue of this series. Batman Urban Legends, number 13. That is the cover A. That is the B cover. Here is the C cover. Detective 1056. Looks like it's a photograph. This artist, I'm sure he's taken, probably just taken photographs, and then he's putting it on his computer and just photoshopping it. That is the B cover on Detective 1056. There's the 1 in 25 cover on Detective 1056. Here is the Batman cover on Detective 1056. Future State Gotham, number 11. This is the A cover. I no longer buy the B covers. This book sells pretty poorly. I'm only buying just a couple copies these days. As this book here. No longer buying the B covers because I'm only buying just a couple copies. In fact, if this book issue doesn't sell, I may not buy 8s. The Joker, number 13, the A cover. This is the B cover. The C cover. The D cover. Now also the 1 in 25 cover. Justice League versus the Legion of Superheroes, number 2. I think this is late. The Gold Lantern Standalone. This, I think, is a pretty poor cover. And I'm going to make mention of another cover in here. I think they're good if it's a high scroll project that you're working on. But for professional work, no, this is pretty poor. This is a much better cover. That's the B cover on Justice League versus the Legion of Superheroes, number 2. Naomi, number 1, season 2. They only offered one cover. That right there, I think, speaks volumes of what DC thinks about this book. I think it's how it's going to sell. They're not even offering B covers on it. You've got Nubia. This is in the Amazon's issue number 6, the last issue. That is the A. And there was a B cover on this. Superman, Son of Kal-El, number 9. Logo should be at the top. Absolutely zero reason the logo to be at the bottom. You guys don't want us to sell this comic, do you, DC? But that's the A cover. Here is the B cover. This cover is better just because the logo's at least there's words at the top. Trial of the Amazons, issue 1 of 2. This is the A cover. This is the other amateur cover I was talking about. This is a very amateur cover. Somebody's trying to be a Peach Momoka wannabe. I bought very little of those. This book has been extremely late. Months and months late. Superman vs. Lobo, number 3. This, I believe, is the last issue of the series. That's the A. There is the B cover. We also did get in this, I believe, is volume 1 of Why the Last Man, Compendium, book 1. Let's see, what is this up to? up to issue 31, so it's not the entire series. So there's going to be a volume 2 coming along. Here are the Marvel covers. This is the Art Adams cover on Amazing Spider-Man 92. The cover is the best thing about this book. The artwork, the story, again, not as bad as that Trial of the Amazons, but I expected better out of this. Just like this cover here. I only bought a couple of these covers, did not risk my money, and I knew that my customers, I'm not going to insult them by expecting them to buy crappy covers. This Peach Momoko cover is the 1 in 25 for Amazing Spider-Man 92. Black Panther number 3, or issue 200, depends on how you want to call it. This is the second printing on that. I did not buy many of the second printings. Second printings I try to buy less of these days, unless it's something that you'll see later. I'll show you. Captain Carter number 1. That is the A cover. That is the B cover. She looks absolutely thrilled to be on that cover. Absolutely thrilled. Because she knows what you're thinking about doing with that red rocket. Here's the 1 in 25 cover on that. Sort of a takeoff on the old, the way Marvel Comics used to be. With the corner box and with the, over the top used to be Marvel Comics Group. So you've got that. Here is the one of the many Carnage Forever variants. That probably is the best thing I think about the series. That's a really, really, really cool cover. I wish I would have ordered more of them. Here is the Women's History Month cover. Captain Carter as suffragette. Like she's a Brit. What will she know about women's rights in America? Here is the 1 in 10 design variant. Here is yet another cover, the Infinity Saga cover. Here's a second printing on the Marvel facsimile issue of Conan the Barbarian number 1. So if you missed it the first time, here you go. And I only bought a couple of those. And by the way, keep track of the second printings. How many second printings? We had 8 last week. Can we beat that record this week? Take a drink every time you see one. I guarantee you won't make it to the end of this video. Daredevil, the Man-Woman Without Fear. This is the second printing on this cover. So that's 3. Can we go for 4 or 3 in a row? Yes, we can. Devil's Reign number 3. Second printing. This is the only copy I bought of this. Like I said, some of the second printings, I'm not buying very many. Devil's Reign number 5 of 6. I did have a chance to read this. This has been, like I said, much better than I expected. Very, very good. If you haven't picked it up yet, pick it up. I do have all the copies still in stock at cover price. Here is the Mark Bagley connecting cover on that. So it might be worth picking up the connecting covers if you've not had a chance to pick up this series yet. Here is the Ron Lim 1 in 25 variant. Devil's Reign Moon Knight number 1. This is a one-shot, so that's the A cover. Here is the Moon Knight doesn't want to cooperate. There is the B cover for Devil's Reign Moon Knight, and then we've got the last issue of the. I think pretty sure this is the last issue of Devil's Reign Superior 4. That's the A cover. The B cover is a lot better. Yep, that is the end of that series. Just looked at the bottom, at the back. That is really, really, really cool. Kind of reminds me of some of Big Daddy Roth. Look at that. Did not buy many of those. I think that cover was not, when I placed my orders, the image was not available yet. Here we've got Eternals number 10. That's the A cover. Here is the Kyle Holtz, and I'll have to see if I can maybe order some more of these. That's the B cover, the Carnage Forever cover. And that thing is damn cool. I might only have one of those available. I ordered very, very little of those. I want one for myself. Cersei as Cleopatra. It's Women's History Month. That's the only one I bought of those. Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, number 5. Guess who doesn't have a Women's History Month cover? Somebody that should, right? The female character in her own book. Shouldn't she have a History Month cover? No. That goes to show you what they think of this title and how it's selling. Marauders Annual, 2nd printing. This is what, the fifth second printing here in the group, right? Women of Marvel, number 1. Like they've been doing these one shots. I bought very little of these. In fact, some of these, that is the only cover I bought. I bought a couple of those covers. I bought, I believe, just one of these covers. Moon Knight, number 7, 2nd printing. So this would be the 6th 2nd printing. This book here I read, I give this book 7 out of 5 stars. Pick this book up. This first issue of this Punisher, it is damn good. Really, really, really good. Art, story, the whole package here, baby. This should be given some of those other comics. Should be given to the writer and artist of Amazing Spider-Man. Here, this is what your book should look and read like. This thing is really, really good. I cannot give it high enough praise. I am going to see if I can reorder more copies of issue 1 if they're still available before it sells out. And they'll do a 2nd printing, of course. This is one of the many, many, many variants on it. This is, I believe, the 1 in 50 variant. We do have the 1 in 25 variants down here too. That is not the 1 in 25 though. But this is really, really good. I was skeptical when I opened it up, start reading it, the first few pages. I don't know what the hell is this. But man, it all comes together. It is a total package. The John Romita cover, this is the 1 in 25 variant on these. I cannot guarantee that these are going to last the weekend. Here's another variant. Here is the Alex Ross Timeless variant. And I'm going to pause really quickly for a second. This is the 2nd printing of Timeless number 1. This came out a couple weeks ago. First cover appearance with Frank with the new chess symbol. If you guys have not gotten this yet, get it now. This thing is going to be going up. Don't come crying a month from now when these things are no longer cover price. But again, as far as the chess symbol goes, it works. I don't like that they changed it, but it works, and I can't wait to see how this series goes. Again, I can't give enough high praise for that series or this series. That first issue was killer. This amps it up. This is even killer, even more. I got to see if I can get some more number 1s. That is the B cover. That cover is badass too. Here's another 2nd printing. She-Hulk number 1. I don't think this is very different from the first printings on that, other than this right here. I did not order very many of these, just a couple. I think that's what, the 8th 2nd printing so far. So this would make this 9, or maybe either 8 or 9. Silk number 1. I bought just 1 copy of this. I still have first printings that are sitting on the shelves. Silver Surfer Rebirth number 1, 2nd printing. So this is at least the 9th or 10th 2nd printing. And if you've not been reading Silver Surfer Rebirth, give this a read. Again, there's several books. Marvel is firing on all cylinders. Not everything Marvel is putting out, but boy, there's some books. Man, somebody's actually doing a good job. Have not had a chance to read Spider-Gwen Gwenverse yet. Going to get a chance to read that. That's a really cool cover there. Here's a Greg Land cover. I expect these things to go quickly. Here, Todd's cover. See, she's excited about being on the cover. She's ready. She's ready for it. She's willing to just enjoy whatever. Here is a Timeless variant. I think the Timeless, what do they call this? Stormbreakers cover. This is a 1 in 25 variant on the Spider-Verse. Spider-Gwen Gwenverse. Next stack, another second printing. This has a brand new cover on it, so I did buy quite a few of these. I expect this to be a big seller. Second printing of Thor number 21. I did read Thor 23. This is the final part to God of Hammers. Really good. Actually, myself personally, I think it ended well. Most of Donny Cates' storylines, he usually drops the ball in the last issue. I think this came together really nicely. Here is another women's history cover. I only bought a couple of these. This is, I'm not sure what's her name. Runa as Bountika. I have no idea who that is. Here is the Carnage Forever cover on Thor 23. This thing is pretty damn badass as well. Here is the Infinity Saga cover on Thor 23. Here is the third printing cover of Timeless with Miracle Man on the front. First printing of Venom number 6. Here is cover B by Mark Bagley. That right there is worth the price of admission of the book just by itself. Look at him. He's grabbing his tongue and he's pulling it. Here's the 1 in 25 variant. Looks like a Bill Sienkiewicz cover. I got two of these. Unfortunately, one of them was put in the box wrong and is folded. I can certainly say the people who did the boxes this week, Emily did a great job. Brian did a great job with the exception of that Venom cover. That was one of his boxes. He dropped the ball on that. We've got the X Deaths and X Lives of Wolverine number 4. This is the A cover. I read both of these things. I think John was in earlier and we were talking about it, how he said stuff's going to happen in those at the end. It sure did. So we'll see where they go from here. But the stage has been set. True believer. Peach Momoko cover, 1 in 25 variant. You got that cover there. Look at that. He's looking all, he's going to hell. Let's let himself go to hell. Here's the Mark Bagley trading card variant. And I think those were connecting covers too. If you look on the back, there is information, gives you a little bit of info about the cover. Here's Chris Bachalo's cover on issue 4. Looks like he's taking on Venom. I only bought 2 of these covers. I didn't think this was a very great looking cover, and I'd rather have spent my money on perhaps a cover like one of the other ones. Here's X Lives of Wolverine number 4. Wolvie as Omega Red. Better red than dead. That's interesting with that everything going on right now with Ukraine and Russia. And let's give some praise to the Ukraine people. They are fighting back. They are giving those Ruskies every bit they can handle. You go, Ukrainians. You fight off those invaders. This is the 1 in 25 variant on X Lives of Wolverine number 4 by Stan Sakai, who of course is known best for Usagi Yojimbo. Here's a Kevin Eastman cover. This is the regular cover. Well, not the A cover, but it's the C cover. I've got several of these Kevin Eastman covers. Here is the last Mark Bagley trading card cover. Again, on the back, you've got all kinds of info. Here's the Adam Hughes. This is the Adam Hughes 1 and 50 cover. Here's X-Lives number 4. Here's X-Men Legends number 12 by Alan Davis. That's the A cover. Here's X-Men Legends number 12. That's the B cover. And I know what you're saying. Well, wait a second. Wasn't there supposed to be Star Wars comics? Yes, there is. Here we have Star Wars Han Solo and Chewbacca number 1. That's the A. There is the B cover. Here is the 1 in 25 variant. I had Paul at my store, the guy who played Guido, did a store signing for me many years ago. Here's another Adam Hughes variant. This is the 1 in 50 variant on Han Solo and Chewbacca number 1. Now, we got some Crimson Reign number 3s. There's a crap load of covers. That's the A, the B, and some of these I bought very little of because there's so many covers. This is the C by very little, maybe 2 copies, maybe 3 copies. Very little. I'm not playing that game with Marvel, buying 6 copies. Next thing I know, I'm buying 75 copies. That's the D cover. Here is the E cover. Here is the 1 in 25 variant. Here is the the G cover. This would be the H cover. No, I think that would be the H cover or something like that. Then we got Strange Academy number 17. That's the A. There is the B cover. And then finally, we've got the Peach Momoko Carnage Forever cover on Strange Academy. If you do like these videos, as always, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Smash the bell for notification. Like, comment, and please share. Other than that, hope everybody has had a great first March weekend. And remember, on Wednesday, be sure to thank your local comics dealer because it takes a lot of work to get these funny books to you as far as ordering and everything else. Thanks again.